Prince and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Sober Talk, where we're going to continue going forward through the big book. And we didn't get that far last week. I said the right thing, and everyone was right there. Million questions. It was good. That's what I like to see. I like to see that sort of interaction. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Enjoying a little bit of coffee. Hey, what's going on, Ian? Good to see you, Hoss. And I did me another one of them TikToks, and oh boy, it's starting to take off again. I'm kind of careful doing that shit. I'm saying all the right stuff, really, and people are appreciating it. Is all it is. All right, good to see you, Chairman. Seeing you sneaking in here, just creepy, right? Sneaky, sneaky, right? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see everybody today. Thank you so much, Ian. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Oh, I have been eating some chips and salsa. And the salsa has been so dang hot that if I sneeze, I will burn the skin off of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh my God, it's good. Yep. Yeah, I like my very hot foods. Doing fantastic. Spent a lot of time doing some research for the video that I did today. I'm curious how this one's going to go. Because I did a TikTok that actually even deals a little bit with British history with you guys' army. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this TikTok. It is freaking cool. Goes all the way back to World War One. I did another one on World War One today. You're gonna love it. Oh yeah. Basically, I mentioned that. Hey, what's going on, Danny? Welcome to live. Good to see you. I need to slide over and see you guys soon because I'm already putting in the application for Walmart. So probably going to be an overnight stalker like someone else I know. Anyhow, so I'll be looking at doing that. It'll be a lot of fun. No. Yeah. Make that big money. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know the type you're talking about. So tonight we're going to continue forward with the big book. We got one paragraph last week, one paragraph, but it that one paragraph really hit home, and everyone had a lot of questions, lots and lots of questions, and it kind of took off from there. And of course, right after this live stream, we got another live stream. We're gonna be collabing with Mr. Gamerian, and we're gonna save the world. Yes. Okay, I'm done with that. Yep, big book time. Well, we'll give it a couple more minutes, make sure everybody can kind of make their way in. But yeah, I was just kind of talking about my newest TikTok. No, it's not a cinnamon TikTok. Ah! Well, at least I won't be like the UPS guy from Mad TV. Just want to point that out. At least I won't be like that. How you doing, Queen? Be like the UPS guy from Mad TV. Right? That reminds me, Queen Bee, from Save the World, there's actually something that we have in the no, no, I'm just getting ready to put in the application, but Princess Bay is pretty well like they hire just about everybody. Okay, cool. Hey Ian, tell me if you recognize this from Sundays. Watch his reaction. See if he recognizes this from Sundays. Yeah, yeah, be working with Princess Faye. I was gonna say, Queen, you missed the TikTok. Oh, okay. This is actually something that Cinnamon will grab hold of, look at the camera, and say, "Hey, Ian, wood for the win," and then she'll act like she's jacking it off. Oh, well, I'm gonna tell you, I have them saved, so I'm gonna be loading those TikToks to YouTube. Yeah, every time Ian sees this, he's like, "Fuck you, really? Fuck you." Go straight to hell. I'll be loading some of them up from TikTok. Yeah, yeah. I seen. I was in her stream the other day. I was in her stream. I didn't say anything. I just kind of sat back and just took it all in. Hi, honey. No, Princess Faye and I did a TikTok for her TikTok channel over there. Okay, debate me on this. Anybody who wants to. Princess Faye, where Princess Faye and I live, it's a small community. So at the amount of supporters that we have for this channel, we're just big enough to, be celebrities. And here at home, we're kind of big local celebrities now. Easily recognizable sort of thing. And every guy's got to have his celebrity crush. No, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about all that. We'll figure that out because I pretty well got an idea how I'm going to handle it. So don't worry about all that. Okay? Breathe. Breathe. So every guy's got to have his celebrity crush, right? Well, in that video, I asked Princess Faye, "Would you be my celebrity crush?" Everybody thought it was cute. Oh, I'm on for Tuesday for the pre-show. I'm on. Be fun. I think Ian's enjoying that the openings for the pre-show. I I I think he about just like wow. The main show, I'll figure it out. Don't worry about all that. I can do this. I can do this. Dear old Prince Magnum used to work the night shift a long time ago, so I know the secrets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Princess Faye's usually zonked out anymore. Could barely even do a whole lot. All right. Got my big book handy. Or sometimes a sober man will sometimes tease in a meeting and he'll say, "Nah, she's just been exhausted. Exhausted, to say the least." She just whooped her. You got a question? I hope I have an answer. Yes, I will be. As a matter of fact, I helped get an NA meeting started. Kind of helped with an NA meeting. Believe it or not. So I did help with that. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but to me, that's one and the same. Uh, just one's a little bit better geared. No, AA meetings are still going. It's just that I haven't I haven't gone in a while. There was a big beef that happened a while back with AA and myself, and I kind of took a little time away from the program because there's a couple of people that forgot what it's like before they got sober, and probably before they got sober, they probably were missing a lot of teeth because they were knocked out of their head. And I didn't feel like, having to have them update their dentures for that reason. Um, yeah. So I decided it would be wise if I kind of stayed away for a little while, kind of clear my head. And then the pandemic hit. Um, yeah, I know, Ian. It's 30 Celsius here. Just for you, I actually keep up the Celsius stuff. I actually keep that up now, just for you, so I can, keep you up to speed. So when I say it, I'm not losing a lot of y'all overseas. Yeah, yeah, it's freaking hot. I was outside earlier. It wasn't bad. I mean, other than, well, I'm used to the heat though. I'm used to the heat. 27 where you're at, yeah, yeah, it's actually pretty freaking hot here. Mm. Yes, I just haven't been in a while. That doesn't mean that I won't go. I just haven't been in a while. That's all. And I have been to that one NA meeting not too long ago. Actually, a lot of times if I do go to a meeting, even before a lot of this, I just wouldn't mention it. It's one of those things. It's anonymous for a reason, you know. I know that sounds crazy, and bear with me. I'm not, um, I can tell on me, I just can't tell on anybody else, sort of thing in AA. That's just how we've always treated. That's how I treat it. I actually remember one day I was sitting in a meeting and they wanted me to read the anonymity statement. I looked at it and said, bunch of gibberish on this. I said, let me simply define this. I slammed the card down. It said, anonymity is clearly defined. I can tell on me, but I can't tell on you. Apply it to yourself. And everyone was like, that works. That works, man. It made sense. It made sense to him. Um, all righty. You guys ready? I'm ready. I know Ian's been ready he wants to hear more of the big book. Or sometimes a sober man will tease, he'll call it the book of big. Because big, a lot of big stuff in here, life-changing stuff for us. All right, let's try this again at the top of page 30. Most of us have been unwilling to admit that we were real alcoholics. No person likes to think that he is bodily or mentally different from his fellows. Therefore, it is not surprising that our drinking careers have been characterized by countless vain attempts to prove we could drink like other people. The idea that somehow, someday, he will control and enjoy his drinking is the great obsession of every abnormal drinker. The persistence of this illusion is astonishing. Many pursue it into the gates of insanity or death. We learned we had to fully concede in our innermost selves that we were alcoholics. This is the first step in recovery. The delusion that we are like other people, or presently may be, has to be smashed. We alcoholics are men and women who have lost the ability to control our drinking. We know that no real alcoholic ever recovers control. All of us felt at times we were regaining control, but such intervals, usually brief, were inevitably followed by still less control, which led us in time to pitiful, incomprehensible demoralization. We are convinced to a man that alcoholics of our type are in the grip of a progressive illness. Over any considerable period, we get worse, never better. We are like men who have lost their legs. They never grow new ones. Neither does there appear to be any kind of treatment which will make alcoholics of our kind like other men. We have tried every imaginable remedy. In some instances, there has been brief recovery, followed always by a still worse relapse. Physicians who are familiar with alcoholism agree there is no such thing as making a normal drinker out of an alcoholic. Science may one day accomplish this, but it hasn't done so yet. Despite all we can say, many who are real alcoholics are going to believe that they are in that class. By every form of self-deception and experimentation, they will try to prove themselves exceptions to the rule. Therefore, non-alcoholic. If anyone who is showing inability to control his drinking can do the right about face and drink like a gentleman, our hats are off to him. Heaven knows we tried hard enough and long enough to drink like other people. Here are some of the methods we have tried. Drinking only beer, limiting the number of drinks, never drinking alone, never drinking in the morning, never drinking only at home, never having it in the house, never drinking during business hours, drinking only at parties, switching from scotch to brandy, drinking only natural wines, agreeing to resign if ever drunk on the job, taking a trip, not taking a trip, swearing it off forever with and without a solemn oath, taking more physical exercise, reading inspirational books, going to health farms and sanitariums, accepting voluntary commitment to asylums. We could increase the list ad infinitum. We do not like to pronounce an individual as alcoholic, but you could quickly diagnose yourself. Step over to the nearest bar room and try some controlled drinking. Try to drink and stop abruptly. Do this more than once. It will not take long for you to decide if you are honest with yourself about it. It may be worth a bad case of jitters if you get a full knowledge of your condition. Therefore, there is no way of proving we believe that early in our drinking careers, most of us could have stopped drinking. But the difficulty is that few alcoholics have enough desire to stop while there is yet time. We have heard of a few instances where people who showed definite signs of alcoholism were able to stop for a long period, but because of an overpowering desire to do so. Here is one. A man of 30 was doing a great deal of spree drinking. He was very nervous in the morning after these bouts and quieted himself with more liquor. He was ambitious to succeed in business, but saw that he would get nowhere if he drank at all. Once he started, he had no control whatever. He had made up his mind that until he had been successful in business and had retired, he would not touch another drop. An exceptional man, he remained bone dry for 25 years and retired at the age of 55. After a successful and happy business career, he felt he then fell victim to the belief which practically every alcoholic has that his long period of sobriety and self-discipline qualified him to drink as other men. Out came his carpet slippers and a bottle. In 2 months, he was in a hospital, puzzled and humiliated. He tried to regulate his drinking for a while, making several trips to the hospital meantime. Then gathering all his forces, he attempted to stop altogether and found he could not. By every means to solve his problem, which money could buy at his disposal, every attempt failed. Though a robust man at retirement, he went to pieces quickly and was dead within 4 years. We'll stop there for a second because I know I had comments. Hey, what's going on, Grave Taker? Sorry, I was in the middle of a deep reading there. Did not want to, didn't want to stop in mid-paragraph. I'd lose my place. So that was one of the first stories they started putting in. Well, one of the other first stories that they put in the big book. Now, towards the back, there's a lot of other stories they have kept. Okay. Basically, the man was doing what is oftentimes referred to as spree drinking. And what spree drinking is basically benders. Okay. Say, okay, we'll just pretend for a moment, God forbid, that I started drinking, okay? And let's say that I went out tonight and I would start drinking and I might not show up, I might not stop for about a week, okay? That's going on a spree. So the guy was doing that early on in life and he realized it was going to cause him problems and he wouldn't be a success at the business that he was getting into. So he put up the bottle. Hey, what's going on, Bill Duggan? He put up the bottle and started, and what this guy did is he worked on being a solid businessman, building up his business. And when he retired early. Retirement age back then, I think it used to be 65. So I'm going to say it was probably right. He was normally 65. So he was able to retire early. So because he retired early, he's like, hey, I earned it. So he broke out the carpet slippers, the smoking jacket, and broke out a bottle of scotch, if you will. And he started enjoying it. Unfortunately, what happened was even though he hadn't drank in 25 years, this poor guy, his disease just because you don't stop drinking doesn't mean the disease stops progressing. As even in sobriety, even if I was to pick up a drink right now, I would not pick up where I left off. I would pick up worse than where I left off. And that's what's happening, has happened to this guy in this story. And within 4 years, even realizing that he's drinking himself to death, he was smart enough to figure that out, but there was nothing working, and he ended up drinking himself to death in 4 years. So that's what that story is about, if that helps. I knew I was good for something. So, and you have to, there's going to be words in the book that we're talking when this was wrote initially, it was published in 1939, 1940, in that ballpark area. So even you guys in England and here in the United States, despite the fact that we're two countries separated by a common language. Um, Even the way that we might have said something back then is not going to be necessarily mean the same way that it's going to be said today. Or if I say something from back then, a lot of people aren't going to understand it today. So if there is something in this that I read, stop me, okay? And ask me to explain that. That's good. Thank you for doing that, because a lot of folks may not fully get what I'm actually reading, because we're talking, this is 1930s, you know, United States English language. So that's kind of what we're dealing with, is an older style language. It's the same language, it's just an older dialect, if you will. We got plenty of time. Let's carry on, carry on. All right. This case contains a powerful lesson. Most of us have believed that if we remain sober for a long stretch, we could thereafter drink normally. But here is a man who, at 55 years, found he was just where he had left off at 30. No, he didn't. He was in worse shape. We have seen the. Hey, you guys gave us the language. But here's a man who at 55 found he was just where he left off at 30. We have seen the truth demonstrated again and again. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Commencing to drink after a period of sobriety, we are in a short time as bad as ever. If we ever plan to stop drinking, there must be no reservation of any kind, nor any lurking notion. Young people may be encouraged by this man's experience to think that they can stop as he did on their own willpower. We may doubt if many of them can do it, because none of us really want to stop, and hardly none of them because of the peculiar mental twist already acquired will find that he cannot win out. Several of our crowd, men of 30 or less, have been drinking only a few years, but they found themselves as helpless as those who have been drinking 20 years. I'm going to take a moment right there. What they're talking about, that peculiar mental twist, okay? What are they talking about? For every alcoholic, there's like this little click when we have that drink. And that drink goes down and it's burning, the sensation of it all. There's that little click. Thing that sets off in the head. It says, yeah, I needed that, okay? And it's there. And once that thing is tripped, it's hard to get out of that vicious circle where you have that first drink and then the craving of oblivion comes on. And then you go on that spree, go on that bender, and you stay out there for a little while, and you do some stupid shit. You come back, the guilt and remorse that comes with that, and it weighs heavy on you, and you know that one more drink will make it go away. And there is your peculiar twist. Serious as a heart attack. This is and this has actually been documented. It was actually a doctor that sent a letter explaining that here in the Big Book. Which, and if you remember, remind me before the end of the stream. I'll dive on that one. I'll read that. Don't let me forget. Two of the most forgetful guys in this stream right now. And one of us will forget, I promise you. If not both of us, but we'll try. But yes, so this is one of those things that we're, yeah. You guys learn anything? Sound good? How's my reading? Is it okay? How much further we got on? Remind me to read the vicious circle from the doctor's opinion. Remind me to read that before the end of the stream. See how much further we got on more about alcoholism. Oh wow, we got a good stretch. You know what? We're going to go ahead and do this the vicious cycle right now. We'll go ahead and do it right now, Ian. That way, because I'm looking at it, it's like probably be the easiest to do it right now. Okay. I think I found it. Oh, that's about the allergy. Give me a second here. Ah, yes. Men and women drink essentially because they like the effect produced by alcohol. The sensation is so elusive that while they admit it's injurious, they cannot, after a time, differentiate. I can't even say that. The true from the false. Can't tell the difference. To them, their alcoholic life seems the only normal one. They are restless, irritable, discontent, unless they again experience the sense of ease and comfort which comes at once by taking a few drinks. Drinks which they see others taking with impunity. After they have succumbed to the desire again, as so many do, the phenomenon of craving develops. They pass through the well-known stages of a spree, emerging remorseful with a firm resolution not to drink again. This is repeated over and over unless the person can have an entire can experience an entire psychic change. There is very little hope of his recovery. And that psychic change is brought about through the recovery process that AA has provided. Ha! Yeah, I got it. No, not past my bedtime. I just didn't sleep very well last night. It happens. But yeah, that's actually out of the doctor's opinion. And Dr. William D. Silkworth wrote this all the way back in 1938. An actual doctor. And matter of fact, whenever no, actually I'm fine. I just ate a lot of spicy food, and if you all of a sudden see me floating, because I got a little gassy. Anyhow, them damn Missouri barking spiders. I'll wait for your reaction to that. Hey, just don't be downwind. Anyhow. See, when you do something like that and you're real gassy and everything, here, try this with Pinky and watch her reaction. You go to pass one, you pull the blanket up over her head, then you pass the gas, then you watch her really get pissed. Don't do that. We'll hear about you getting killed. She'll kill you for sure. She'll kill you dead. I'll wait for Ian's response to that. He's probably over there dying laughing right now. Like, really? Just why? So, what are you guys liking the big book reading? You guys enjoying going through the big book like this, learning anything? You're dying over there. You're still laughing. There you go, Ian. Touch my like that. So, well, I told you I had some chips and salsa before the stream. Hey, good stuff, Maynard. Damn Missouri barking spiders. No, I'm fine. Been a good, been interesting today. Been interesting, you know. Um, because I spent a good while doing the research on that TikTok that I did today. Really proud of that one. Really proud of it. All right, Ian. Since you're enjoying the reading of the big book, uh, I got to do this to you. Okay, you're gonna love this one. Way back when, Soberman thought it would be funny, and he got me with this. With this one, he said, "Prince Magnum, did you know that the first three words on page 112 will tell you everything you need to know about staying sober?" I said the first three words. Yes. On 112. Yes. So I grabbed my big book. I opened it up to page 112, highlighted for your approval. Read this book. The first three words on page 112. Not a joke. I looked at that, then looked up at him. I'm like, really? Just really? And he was just dying laughing. I'm probably going to shut it down a little early so we could go do Save the World. But I figured you guys want to see kind of some bonus material, some stuff you guys probably hadn't seen yet. Let's see. I used to be able to read what we call How It Works. Basically, I used to be able to recite this entire page here, this entire page here, all the way to right there by memory. I used to be able to do that. I would I would flip open the book, read the first two lines, and then you would see me close the book, and I would just start reciting it word for word, and it blew everyone's mind. I used to be able to do that a long time ago. I can't do that now. Ever since my stroke, I can't do that now. Let's see. So, no, seriously, are you guys enjoying this? You guys getting something out of, out of the big book? What it was like? Dear old Prince Magnum, to read all this stuff and learn about it and apply it, whether I liked it or not. It would be my pleasure. I can do that. As soon as it's released, I'll grab it. Just make sure, yeah. You might have to scream at me because I've been I've had my head in the editor today. I've had my head in the editor and doing research and stuff like that. I know at some point I'm going to be on camera tomorrow for myself. I got a video to do. You're going to love this one, Ian. Actual hot rod video. Okay. All right, folks, we're going to cut out of sober talk a little early. It's kind of a quiet one tonight, which is fine. It's summer times. People getting out there. We didn't get out there to do a whole lot last year. We didn't do a whole lot at all last year. What did I do last year? We went to the drag strip once. That was cool. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. We had a good time. And we got to see the legendary Moped Man last year. So that's kind of what everybody's doing right now. They're getting out there, and that's awesome. So I'm not going to complain too much. I know that there's going to be days that the streams are going to be huge, and other days they're not going to be so huge. Summertime. We'll have a good time. All righty. So everybody, if you hadn't done so, smash that like button. Like button enjoys enjoys a little roughhousing every now and again. All righty. And if you're not subscribed to the Prince Magnum channel, be sure to hit that big red subscription button and ding that bell right next to that subscription button. I don't know it, but if you ding that bell, it might actually go a ring-a-ding-ding-da-ding-da-ding-ding. I don't know, but if it doesn't, YouTube, get on that. That might be a thing. Yes. Okay. Anyhow, along with that, oh man. Along with that, all righty. That brings us to a good stopping point for this segment. We're going to be live over on Save the World just shortly after this. We'll be setting up and probably set up and ready to rock and roll in about 5 to 10. All righty, right after this stream shuts down. So that brings us to a good stopping point where we can say, at day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you. And if nobody has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.